Hi, it's Chris Badra here, back again with some thoughts on how to things to do and things not to do to be successful in network marketing, internet marketing. I speak from experience with a lot of this stuff because these are things that I have done, and I have found them to not be terribly helpful. So I'm offering this to other people so that they don't make the same mistakes that I've made. The first thing up, and this is really important, is don't go in with the expectation that you're going to make a lot of money really quickly. There are people that do that. In most cases, people who do that have some background knowledge and have some idea of what they're doing. If you're brand new to this and you have that expectation, you probably are going to be sorely disappointed. Which is not to say that you won't make money and you won't make good money, but it's just not going to happen, overnight. It takes quite a bit of work. So if you're, motivated, you'll do fine. Secondly, don't invest in a whole bunch of different products. Once you start getting into this, you are going to get emails about this and about that, and this is the latest and greatest, and this is what's going to really, get your business going. Well, there are many, 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 many internet marketing companies out there that are going to tell you that, and if you, invest in all of them, if you say, oh, well, this is what I need to do this, you are going to waste a lot of time because you're going to be trying to figure out how to do this by looking at material from several different people. Fine if you want to pick a couple of them and focus on those, that's great. Just don't, go down the path that I did where it's like, oh, well, I'm going to try this. Oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, this is it. I know this is going to be the thing. Well, what that does is it wastes a lot of time, and it gets you feeling pretty overwhelmed because you're not really as focused as you probably should be. I know I wasn't. And I, finally getting that message through to my head. Additionally, with those things, you're probably going to have to pay something for them. Some of them are very inexpensive, and, that's great. But some of them aren't, and some of them, 400, 800, 1,000, 2,000, learn these great tips from this expert, it's only going to cost you this much money. And then, of course, there's, oh, well, but for you, we'll knock it down $500 or, whatever the catch is. Which are really good at pulling people in. Very effective marketing techniques because they certainly worked on me. When you do those other kind of programs too, make sure you know what it is you're purchasing. Is this really what you need? Is this really what's going to help you with your business, or is this kind of a bunch of fluff? Not the kind of specific information that you need, and that is what you do need. You do need specific information. Also, please keep in mind with any kind of other programs you might get involved in, that even though they say that this is going to take your business to the next level, this is going to do this is going to do that, realize you're still going to have to invest a lot of time into it, because you need to learn their program. You need to learn what it is that they're doing. So don't think that this is the answer, because you're still going to have to put a lot of your own time and effort into it before you're going to be able to go forward with it. Another thing I found is, when you get into some of these programs, you need to set this up and you need to set that up. Keep in mind that there are frequently several steps that you have to take before you can set things up. So if they say it takes an hour to set it up, but you have to go through all these preliminary things first, or as you're going through it, plan on it taking longer than an hour. I have found that it always takes at least twice as long and sometimes much, much longer than that. If you're a computer wizard or you absolutely know what you're doing, then great, you probably get it done a lot faster. Some things that I do want to talk about that you should do is treat your business as a business. You know, if it's a hobby or if it's this little thing that you do a couple hours a week, you know, it's gonna be tough to make $1. That's not how you're gonna make any money. So be ready to, you know, invest time and money into this, because you will need to. Secondly, believe in your product. If what you're marketing, if what you're selling doesn't have value, and if it doesn't have value to you, then it's going to be really hard to persuade others about your product. My primary product that I'm involved in, business that I'm involved in, it is a wonderful educational product. I have learned so much myself about the financial world and how to take care of myself financially and look toward the future, which in these trying times is a very important thing to know how to do. So I totally and completely believe in the product that that is the substance of my business. Another thing that's important to do is to listen to the experts. Get on some of the calls that the different programs have. Listen to the experts. Listen to what they're doing. They do know what they're talking about. And some calls are better than others. You know, some of them it's a lot of, oh, I'm so great kind of thing, which can get a little redundant. And, you know, it's like, okay, come on, me being the impatient one, wanting them to get into the, you know, meat of the matter. But a lot of them are very good and very helpful. Staying focused is my number 4 point here. That is critically important. It is so easy to get distracted and go off and do this and do that and spend, you know, 3 hours going through your emails and, you know, looking at this site and looking at that site and blah, blah, blah. You know, that may be a fun thing to do, but basically you're avoiding really doing what you need to be doing, which is either learning or putting into action what you have been learning. So, you know, to stay focused, you need to have some long-term goals, short-term goals, mid-term goals. What are you going to do tomorrow? What's on the list for tomorrow? Write it down. This is what I want to accomplish tomorrow. If you don't accomplish it tomorrow, you know, move it to the next day. We don't always have the luxury of having hours and hours and hours to work on our businesses. So we do what we can, but if we don't have that stuff written down, you can bet that it's probably not going to get done very quickly. Finally, you have to take action. That is pretty much the be-all and end-all. If you know, you can learn all this stuff and you can have all these different programs, but until you take action by, you know, maybe making a video or writing a blog or sending out emails or, you know, doing some paid advertising, until you take action, you know, nothing's going to happen. You may feel very educated and very much on top of your game, but you're not going to get anywhere and you're not going to get any money. I know for me this has been a big problem because I like to have things done well. I have been a perfectionist in my life, and you know, perfection isn't really what it's about. What it's about is letting people know who you are. It's about going forward. You know, if you screw up, you screw up. And, you know, you do it differently the next time. There's a couple terms that I've used a lot in my counseling over the years, and one is, you know, you fake it till you make it, and, you know, you just do it like you know what you're doing until you do know what you're doing. And the other one is, you know, what's the worst that could happen? So I screw up and I do a bad video, or I, you know, who knows what it is that you could do. It's not the end of the world. You know, in the big picture of life, it's a pretty small deal. So just, you know, get over it and move on. Okay, so I think that's it for my little tips for today, and giving you a little bit more information about myself. So I'm going to end it here, and wish you all good luck with your businesses, and take care. Bye.